talk about sex?
No, let's talk about relationships.
Or is it time to talk about dating? Taboos.
It's on your mind.
So let's talk about it on Nightlights 24/7.
All right, welcome to Nightlight 24/7 with Mac and Sweet. Tonight's subject is booty calls. Now, when it comes to booty calls, I've always been hit up by certain women asking me, what is the proper time for it to be called? Actually, hey, is he calling me at this time because he wants a booty call? Or did he happen to come over because I was a booty call? I don't know.
Booty calls starts with the side chick or the side dude, and then it kind of evolves into something else. I don't think nobody just wants to like be the booty call unless they're like just that weird freaky kind of host, but type dude chick. But to each their own.
Well, personally, me, I'm thinking this. I think booty calls and side chicks and side dudes are two separate things. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to say this, let's do this, we'll split it up. On this episode, we'll deal with strictly booty calls that come from a side chick or a side dude, that lead into a side chick or side dude. We'll expand that more. What we'll do is we'll jump on strictly side chicks and side dudes on Thursday. But today, I want to talk about strictly booty calls.
That works.
Alright, so to me, if I'm out at the club, it is now 2:30, I had a good night with my boys, but I ain't rolled off on nothing at the club, I'm going to call that girl that I know that I can roll over her crib. It's now about 2:45, 3 o'clock, and I can hit that with no expectation. To me, that's my booty call chick right there. That's my down girl.
Okay, so how does she go from being a qualified chick that you might want to talk to, have a couple intellectual conversations, and then it's like, no, you know what? No, she just booty call material. How do you people dudes put women in those categories?
Okay, well, I'm going to speak just for me. If me and her, can't hold intellectual conversations, or I can't take her to an event like we going out to the museum or art show, and she gets it, or the only thing that she seems to know is rap music, and that's all. She can't understand any other kind of music. She got no intellect for any other kind of music. That's my booty chick right there. Because she's good at one thing. She's good at that thing. And I like her being good at that thing.
Us ladies are booty called by default.
I can't. I'm sorry. That's the way men think. Just as women put men in certain categories, I cannot lie. As men, we put women in certain categories. There's that good friend that hangs out like one of the boys. There's that chick that, damn, I could take her home to meet my mom. And then you got that chick right off the bat that you like, oh, the girl put it down, but she's dumb as a box of rocks.
I think I understand. It's the same thing with women. It's like when we select the guy to be the side dude, it's like, he was good at the booty call, so I guess he could be promoted. So I understand about the category. So it's like now, if you're still at the beginning stages and you're just a booty call and I call you, you gotta deliver.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not Mary J. getting on that midnight train. I'm not gonna be coming to your house with the trench coat with no clothes on. Like, nah, bro. Like, I'll call you.
Right.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
And he should show up.
You don't know my last name. You don't know my address. We meet up probably usually at the same place. You know, even the same room if we can make those arrangements. But you could be around around for a long time and only use a dick call, a use case, a booty call for us. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. I can't argue with you. I can't argue with you.
But
I can't argue.
the difference is men have free booty calls. It's like y'all just go smashing these chicks for nothing. Like y'all not putting in no work. But for us, if it's on our terms, oh, I'm getting something out of this deal. Like you got to pay some bills to just have some convenient pussy. Because this pussy is convenient. The dick is convenient for me, but it's still convenient for you. Because if you had a good relationship, you wouldn't be willing to continue the position as my booty call is. Like my on-call pizza meat.
Nah, come on.
Catering service.
Come on now. Hold on. I understand if I'm your friends with benefit. I understand if I'm your potential man. I understand all of that. But now all of a sudden, I got to sit up and start putting in financial gains for this? Nah. If you just a booty call, it's just pure enjoyment for each one of us. There's no involvement in financial status for me. I'm sorry. I can understand if you say, you know what, hey baby, can I get $20 for gas up? That's different. But now I got to pay for the hair, the nails, and gas, and phone bill. Nah, because now you're not a booty call. You're a pay-to-play chick. That's not a booty call.
I wasn't thinking about like the hair and the makeup and stuff. That's not a booty call anymore. That's side chick. But for this booty call, in order for you to reach me, my phone has to be on. So you might want to put it on there. And you know, I mean these days we have unlimited everything, $30 period. So that ain't a lot of money. The hotel. I'm not paying for that.
Oh, we got to have a hotel. What's wrong with my place?
Heck, that's a different story. But some women, no matter what their ranking is in your life, you still have qualifications. I'm the side chick. I don't have no business at your house. That's a privilege.
Which is true. But I was saying, that's why I was saying, to me, there's a difference between that side chick and that booty chick. When I call that booty chick, I know she's at home. I'm coming to her crib, and I'm going to smash for a good 45 minutes to an hour. Then I'm going to roll out because she's going to make it clear, yo, you got to get up and go to work in the morning. This is good, whatever. But I'm not saying that. I'm telling you for a fact, I used to date a girl. I won't say her name, Jamaican chick. Selfish as hell in bed. Selfish. But could take dick. Could take it.
She was Jamaican.
Oh, she was Jamaican. She could take it. All right. She had to get high to take it. She had to get high to take it. It was I'm telling you right now, it was a 27-minute ride to her crib. 27 minutes. Guess how long sex lasted?
15.
Were you there with us?
10.
Were you there with us? You had to be in the room with us.
I'm just saying. Because I automatically assume that if it is a booty call, that it's that quick sex anyway. Like, it's just that quick sex, and that's it. Because you don't provide, there's no foreplay, there's no intimacy, it's nothing. It's just like, nigga, drop your drawers, don't take your shoes and socks off. Because
Come on now, I at least have respect enough to take my shoes off.
No.
Sorry.
You have not deserved the privilege. If I'm giving you pussy for free, you are not my man.
True.
That means that I like your dick for your dick. Not because he makes me feel good and he makes me bubbly inside and oh my god, when he touches me, I just get these feelings. Wrong answer. It's just thick. So you don't
Right,
have
we
that
serving a
privilege
purpose.
to get comfortable. You don't have that privilege to be kissed and massaged and all that extra shit. Now they give me the day to be fake and hop in. I'm gonna answer my phone, I'm gonna be texting, I'm gonna be working, probably, stuff that I wouldn't be doing with my man because it's considered to be disrespectful of time and intimacy. But you just decided. So time is money. So that means they gotta be quick. Slam, bam, thank you, bam, deuces, out of here.
Let me get this straight. Your man is a booty call, laying down the dick. You over there and texting on your damn phone and talking. he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Because even as a booty call, that nigga should have your eyes rolling back in your head. Like, damn, this is some good dick. I know it's only for 15, 20 minutes, but this is some good dick. Whew!
But it comes with no privilege. You don't get the
Right.
privilege to have my undivided attention. If we are only having sex for 20, 30, 40 minutes, getting that, and my phone rings, you just a piece of dick. You're a dick in the middle. You're what is it called? The mail order. You mail order dick. So I'm not about to stop.
It look like dick in a can.
Yeah, it's like pop top dick or some shit. But I'm not gonna give you that extra privilege of waiting for you to get done before I handle my business, because that comes with that side. It's like I can still live my life. I can do whatever I want. You have one purpose. That's your only focus. You can't look at me bad. You can't judge me. You can't say I'm not a good woman for not giving you undivided attention. My goal is to nut. I don't care about you.
I get that. I totally get what you're saying. But as a man who has had many booty calls, not saying you haven't, but as a man who has had many booty calls, I can guarantee you, she was not on the phone, she was not watching TV, she wasn't typing nothing on that damn keypad, tablet, cell phone, iPad, she wasn't tapping nothing. Because when I was hitting it, I had her undivided attention. And if I didn't, I wasn't doing what the hell I was supposed to do. Even if it was for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then I know I'm getting my ass up, and I ain't even getting a washcloth. I might get some wet wipes and heading out the door.
See, that's the difference. You knew that you was doing it right. You had that ego stroke to give you some extra respect that came with the dick.
Damn
But
skip.
as a woman that can pick and choose the dick that I want to fuck when I want to fuck it, and how, I can't even let you know that you put it down like that. I can't even reveal to you that.
Why not?
Because that is a privilege. Stroking your ego does not come with your position as being mail ordered in.
Alright.
So why would I feed that to you? Because then that means now the roles are going to be reversed, because you know that you are a vulnerability to me. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to treat you like, I'm not going to say, see, going into my job life, I'm going to treat you like pure shit. You got one job to do. That's deliver. Nothing else.
Okay. I still disagree. Because if I'm stroking her ego, girl, ooh, God, damn, you got skill. Whew, your mouth is hellacious.
Didn't ask you for that.
Okay, but if I'm stroking her ego, I know that every time I come, I'm gonna get that same level of performance. Whether she's tired, whether she got a headache, whether she's saying, damn, baby, I gotta get up in 45 minutes.
Listen, that takes dialogue. It was my little mail order piece of meat for about 2 years, maybe. I can count on one hand how many conversations we had. It got to the point where we had our regular spot at our regular place, same room. If I call you, hey, what up? He either say, you good? Or I'm out of town, or just one word. Then you hang up the phone. Because I know immediately after that, text message is going to be a phone number. And we already know, if I'm calling you right now, I want it right now. So there's no dialogue, there's no conversation, there's no communication. If I get there first, I like to take fresh showers before I go.
True.
If I get there first, by the time you get there, I'm already laying down in the bed. No TV, no radio, no nothing.
But that's not technically dialogue.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
So
not
in
technically
order
dialogue.
for
When
the
I'm
egos to be
stroking her,
stroked,
she ain't responding back. She just emphasizing a lot harder on sucking her or fucking her.
You decide that, don't even talk to me. Because if I'm giving you the pussy, that means I like it. So I don't need you to ask me if I like it. I don't need you to tell me that the pussy is good. I know it's good because you're here.
Wow.
The side that gets zero privilege.
Wow.
They don't get the option to know me or know anything about me or my
Mac from 95 24/7, and if you just tuning in, we're talking about booty calls and side chicks and side dudes. I can definitely agree with what Sweets is saying here to some point, but from a male's perspective, we come at booty calls a little bit different than women do. I can see that now because when we go in, we know we only got a limited amount of time to knock this out the park. You can't come in there talking about, oh baby, I'm a little tired. That's just this and that. When you get there, we know right off the bat. Hell, we might even be stroking and coming in the door. So our job is to go in there, and we got to hit a home run from the gate. From the gate. Now, yeah, we're gonna pump your ego up because we want to keep coming back.
There you go. That's the point right there.
We want to make sure.
As the individual that has had a side piece of meat from male or dick, I don't want you to feel as though you have value. Because if you're my man, the pussy not free. If you're my side dude, the pussy not free. But that blue card, that's free pussy. That means I'm with you because I like the dick. You get zero privilege. Not even mental privilege. If you have no rank, you have yet to work for that, or I have yet to put you in that position.
So he can't even text you. He can't even text you and say, hey, how your day going?
No.
Had you on my mind?
No.
Girl, I got a hard on and I just really want to get with you.
I call you. Don't call me. Because then that means I'm jumping to your mind. I'm beating your time. That means that I'm moving around your time. If I'm the one that's giving you something of value for free, it's all about me.
You know what you remind me of? I'm going to tell you what you remind me of. You remember the movie Boomerang? You remember the movie Boomerang?
Yeah.
That's what you remind me of. Old girl was so good, she left the money on the table for him. Emancipated him so bad he didn't even know what to do. He was at a loss for words.
He felt dirty.
He felt dirty and just didn't know what to do with himself.
But that's how, you a side dick. I might have man dick. I'm not particularly a cheater. But even if I did have a man at home and I chose to cheat,
Right.
I'm not going to allow you to know anything about me or any of my vulnerabilities.
Gotcha.
So,
Understood.
if you are just a booty call, I call you when I want to meet.
Okay, now explain
That's
this. When is the proper time for a booty call? I'm going to ask that because I got asked that question over a month ago by some females over the phone and said, hey, when is the proper time for a booty call?
To me, I've never been the booty call,
Okay.
so I can't say that from the recipient point of view, but I am the guy that was my long-term booty call. There is no time.
Okay.
If I'm off work and I'm cooking breakfast and I'm like, you know what, I can really go for some dick right now. I'm call you, shoot you a text. What's up? What's hot? What's cracking? And you're gonna give me a 1-2 word line response. Either you're available or you're not. You're gonna go do it for me.
Okay. All right. Because for men,
2 o'clock in the morning.
after we lost the hunt, we didn't, because men are hunters. We just naturally hunters. We go to the club to hunt. We go to the park to hunt. We go to the gym to
I
hunt.
don't know why though.
But if we have not secured a prey, for lack of a better word, for a better term, by the end of our night or our day or whatever it is at the gym, at the park, hanging out with some friends at the club, or whatever, it's a booty call.
But see, that's the thing. That's why for men, most booty calls are at night, in the middle of the night. Because
Yeah.
like you said, you've been on the hunt all day.
Right.
For women, if I'm choosing the booty call, I don't need to hunt. I know you're a phone call away. So it doesn't matter what time. I can have, say, I have a patient at 9 o'clock. My next patient isn't until 11.
Right.
I might hit you 9:30. Breakfast 6. Lunchtime.
Out in the car in the parking lot.
I may come in or out of town. You know, I know that my plane is going to get there at 11. My meeting is until 6 p.m. I'm gonna hit you out there.
Now, all right. So we still back. We still talking about booty calls, but does that same rule apply if you do a same-sex booty call? Now you kicking it with them. I know you ain't bisexual. You done made that clear. You done made that clear. But as a woman who thinks like another woman, does that same rule apply? Because now you got a woman that you call it to handle your business.
Now, with my response to that, I don't know if there's other women that think like me.
I got you.
But the simple fact that she is willing to be a booty call and she already knows what's up, that lets me know right there her brain ain't wired right. I'm thinking like a man. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
do think that it's not about the sex, it's about the circumstance and character. Because you get some men that want booty calls, but she still has to follow up. It's like, oh, you can fuck the shit out of her in the middle of the night. She don't care if you come through. But he like, yeah, you know, she got 3 days. And it's like, dude, she's not your girl. She's not a candidate. She's just a piece of action. But with women, different women think differently. Because even if you are a booty call, you definitely have some sort of potential. She's not just giving you pussy for free. She ain't giving you pussy for free. That's an investment. You actually have a shot one day. So it shouldn't matter whether or not it's a bisexual booty call or a straight booty call. I think the rules are the same. Everybody is going to have different expectations.
All right. Well, yeah, to a certain extent. I've come to learn, as I was talking about my friend who was Jamaican, she was bisexual. And every now and then we would invite another female to our escapades with us and we would invite another person to join us and partake of our festivities. You know what I'm saying? And there was a certain routine, I have to say. You had to let her play first before you got to play with either, because she, as I said, she was a very selfish lover. And that was, I hate to say it, it was our demise. It was, because after a while I just couldn't deal with it. But let's go back.
I know, let me stop you there.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about right there. The fact that you allow her selfishness to distance you from 3 good, quick pussies shows that you had her held to a certain qualification.
No, this was after 3 years.
It doesn't matter.
3
At
years.
that point, she wasn't a booty call anymore. She was a side chick.
Possibly. You know what? I might have to agree with you on that. She was a side chick because, yeah, after 3 years, she was just. Yeah.
They were learning each other. Even things about her personality. She knew things about your personality. Whereas to me, a booty call does not get those privileges.
Oh, no, the police don't get me wrong. She was kept at a distance. There was no dating. There was no taking you out.
But
There was none of the, she would call and say, hey, I'm looking to, you know about someone who can do this? No, I can't help you. Hey,
Nope.
my such and such broke and I was hoping maybe you could come over.
Nope.
Nah, I ain't got time for that.
Now,
I mean,
even
so-
with that right there, that you know that she wanted to advance her position.
Right.
But the fact that you still dealt with her, you still fucked her after she made those communications, lets you know she wanted a promotion.
But there I had to say this too, and maybe we're stepping into another realm, another conversation, but there was consequences for her to step out. And I was letting her know that when she did things like that, she wasn't privileged to the dick for about a month or 2.
Okay.
I had to let you know that because you had stepped over that line
Exactly.
and chose to come at me that way,
Why?
I had to bring you back.
If you booty call, as soon as I get that first call, hey, what you doing? What you mean? What I'm doing? What was you worried about? I'm not calling you.
Right.
If I get that damn good morning text, do not send me that fucking good morning. Good morning. What did you worry about my morning for? Nigga, live your life. This is just a piece of pussy, but you don't care nothing about my damn morning. I don't want to care anything about your fucking morning.
I want to ask you this. Because the other day we were talking, and you made me crack up because you didn't know technically you were called a pillow princess.
Yeah. I actually told somebody that. I said, you learned something new.
Yeah, you didn't know the terminology for you was a pillow princess. So have you ever had those booty calls for you as a pillow princess? Where you called him over and all his job is he ain't gonna get no ass, he ain't getting no dick sucked. You called him strictly, come over here and lick this, make me feel good and roll out.
Yes. But I don't have people to my house.
Okay, well I'm not saying technically your house.
Yeah. So yeah, the same guy. I want to say it was probably about 7 months before we had intercourse. And then I was a little disappointed because it was good. I was like, dang, I couldn't get this in 7 months ago. Instead, I was just getting my pussy ate. Because not everybody know how to eat good pussy. And don't do the little finger thing on my clit, going back and forth, the little scratch pad, don't do that. Don't put your fingers inside of my fat vagina.
You said don't man in there scratch pad.
Don't go putting your fingers in my pussy. Like that's not good. Don't spread my vulva like it's elastic to put your face in my pussy. Be gentle, be sweet. Play with the clit. Just tongue action. Know when to move your tongue back and forth and know when to suck it. Know when to stop. Know when to just kiss it. So when you find that man,
Go ahead, gambler.
You ain't thinking about no dick.
You talking like you a gambler. Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
Right. So,
Alright.
when the head is good, you cannot even thinking about no dick. Period.
So getting a dick was an added bonus.
Yes, because it was about 7 months in before we had intercourse, and the dick was good. And I was like, yo, you can get head and some dick. I didn't even think about those. Good ass, like, for real.
I can't argue with you. I was dating a white chick in the military. Oh my God. She could suck. Whoo! The girl would literally, she would start with the head, take you in and hold it, then pull back out, and then take her tongue and lick you all the way down to your balls, and then suck on them and pull back up.
She had a routine?
Oh, girl was good. It would make your knees buckle. Whoever taught her, they took time and made sure she learned.
Or, you already said she's in the military, so,
Yeah.
she probably had her fair share of instruction.
Well, no, actually, no, because we met doing basic. She was just in.
Okay.
So we met doing basic.
She gets a pass.
And,
Right now,
whew.
but right now, though, she's the white superhead.
Oh,
According to what you
woo-hoo.
just said.
She the white superhead dome. That girl, I would call her golden rod.
Yeah.
She could buckle your knees, and that's only after the first 2 minutes. She just, and I'm telling you, I told her, and I never meant to hurt her feelings, but I think at some point I may have. But she never really showed that. I told her I would rather you suck my dick than put my dick inside you.
So you understand exactly how I feel?
Yes, I'm getting what you're saying. She had the skills of a guru.
Now, if you're just tuning in, it's Sweet to Matt, Nightlife, 24/7. Tonight's topic, booty calls. And later on, we're going to lead into the whole side chick and tricks thing. He just made a statement. Old girl made him buckle after giving him some fire head at like 2-minute mark.
Woo-hoo.
So my question to that is, does the time frame in which you come while you're getting head dictate how good her game is? Because you can suck some dick and like you said, 2 minutes, you good. You getting there. But then it's other dudes, like once you suck their dick for 15 minutes, it's like, no nigga, don't hold back, nigga, come so we can start over. Like, the fuck you doing? Like the shit is selfish as fuck. Like nigga, I know you was about to come. I felt the shit pulsating in the throat. So now you hold up. Wait. Hold on. The hand on the head still from coming. So does it mean that her head game not strong enough if it took you 10, 15 minutes to come? Or that she got fire was you
Well,
just breaking phone?
first of all, let me clarify. I love head. I love a woman giving me head. And I won't lie, I love giving a woman head. I do. I just love it, especially if I know that woman takes care of herself and all that. But giving me head doesn't make me come.
Yeah.
It's just that she was so good with hers, and I was standing up, and she was on her knees. Literally, I'm telling you, God honest truth, the girl made my knees weak, and I buckled.
You go, girl. See, I don't even like white people. Go white power.
That's what I'm saying. She just had the skills, and she couldn't. I'm gonna just put it out there, and I ain't gonna say your name, and I hope that you found your man by now, and you're married and all that.
If her head game is good, she found a man by now.
Yeah, couldn't fuck. She only knew one position, and I used to call that the dying cockroach position. She would lay on her back and just put her legs up, and that's all she did. She didn't move her hips.
Legs up.
She didn't move her hips. Nothing. You could just slip in. She struck you riding, you hitting it, and that's all she knew. That's all she knew. But her head game was off the chain.
But that's why. If I know my pussy is whack, oh no. My pussy got potential, but my game is whack. That means I have to overcompensate in order to keep the attention I need. So therefore, I gotta overcompensate in the head department.
Oh, she overcompensated.
That's why. Because her pussy was trash.
Yeah, and she was only what, 20, 19, 20?
Oh damn.
19, 20.
Yeah, she was a gang thing.
Yeah, she could handle. Now I'm gonna go and put this out there. There was another chick when I was in the military. And, I was in the military for 6 years. Being a little time overseas, and we had this one female white chick too. Never forget it. We had a black one too, but the white chick, you could go out to the field for 2-3 weeks, come back in. You didn't have to go out close. You knew she would make her room. She told you straight up from day one, I'm a nympho. She would make her round.
Now that's a different story.
She would make her round. That was a booty call that everybody was for.
But see, that's not, to me, being a nymphomaniac sets you outside of the category of being a booty call. Because to you, she was a booty call, but to her, you were just a resource.
True,
Because
probably
she
was.
an info.
Right.
So she wasn't a booty call.
To me, she was, because I could call at any time. If she wasn't with someone else, I could get over to the room and hit it.
That's because that was new dick. That dick already got sold. She was an info. So technically,
I get what you're saying. But looking at it from this point of view, I get what you're saying.
She was using you just like you was using her. Now that is probably a situation that is conducive because nobody's complaining because she's an nymphomaniac.
Right.
So technically, it didn't matter if it was you, old boy, the ex, the marshal. It didn't matter because nymphomaniacs, once they test the dick and they like the dick, they're gonna keep calling the dick. They don't care about adding new numbers. That's the only difference between any other woman because women like sex. We love sex just as much as men. You just have standards that vary. So it's like you meet this standard, I feel this way. You know what I mean? Because responsible woman ain't gonna fuck no broke nigga. A responsible straight woman is not gonna fuck no bisexual nigga. And a bitch with a brain is not gonna be fucking a nigga that's putting his in.
I can't even comment on that because I agree with everything you're saying.
But a nymphomaniac, those circumstances don't matter because it's only about the sex. Nymphomaniacs will stay in an abusive relationship. They will have sex with their family members, boyfriends and husbands because that ethical moral line isn't there. That's why it's considered a disorder. So that works for somebody that's not looking for a relationship, but they want readily available sex.
Oh, she did.
And
I mean,
you work too because you was ready.
she was in a unit. The way our unit worked, normally you would have 50 to 60 guys. Maybe sometimes we have 80. So you lucky if you had anywhere between 5 to 8 females per unit.
And then like 3 of them will be gay anyway.
Well, but you only got 1 or 2 of them either gay or bi, and trying to look like the men. And then you got those ones that just looking for a husband. and then you got the other ones that's just, I'm going to have a field day.
Now, side note, because you made that statement, out of those 50 to 80 males in the military, you have that 3 to 5 women. How do men actually feel about dating the stud, fucking the stud? Because just because she looks like a dude and she thinks she want to be a dude, the bitch is having a hoe stud to get a dick. That's why they get stud and pregnant. So
Yeah.
how does that work for a straight man that's fucking a butch chick? I mean, I know our pussy gotta be good because she ain't giving it to everybody.
For a guy who dated someone who was a stud, had the short haircut, had the body of a woman. Okay, but she dressed in a baggy t-shirts, baggy pants, had the baseball cap on, turned to the side. Oh yeah, she dressed and carried herself like a stud. But when you took her clothes off, body was bang, body was bang. Could barely. And I don't know if this is because of me, because I don't want to sit up here and say one thing and feel like it's a bragging situation, but because of my size, the most I could ever get in was the head. And that was fine.
But like I was about to say
But
too,
she would work with it.
but like I was about to say too, if she's a stud, a true stud, that means that she's probably had very little heterosexual sex. So I mean the pussy shouldn't be tight.
Oh, it was.
The pussy should be fucking fantastic.
Oh,
Because
it
it ain't
was.
being ran through on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue with you.
But to me, with a man, a straight man that's having intercourse with a stud, it's okay because, like you said, oh, the body is banging, the pussy is good. But as a straight woman, I can't see myself having sex with a flamboyant guy, even though he says he's not gay. Or, you know, it's just, I can't even get to the point where, oh, take the clothes off and the dick was banging. Like, I can't even get to
Because,
that.
okay, so let me get this, because I know we're veering off a little bit from the booty calls and everything. So you met a guy, you like the guy, you established right off the bat, hey, I can see myself kicking it with this guy. Because I've been told, don't know if it's true, that a woman knows within the first 5 seconds that she's going to sleep with a guy. She knows.
Well,
We may not know, but
say-
y'all know.
I'm not
But-
gonna say the first 5 seconds, but the first interaction of communication.
Okay. So you did realize after the fact that you got to know him, you're like, man, I want to give him something else and see what he can do with it.
Right?
All right. He comes up and he notifies you, informs you, tells you, hey, I like you, you're cool, but I also like men too, so the best we could ever be is a booty call. So in your eyes, you like,
Wrong answer. Side corner pocket.
because if you was a man, so basically what you're
86.
saying, as a man, your dick couldn't even get hard. Because you right now, you just been turned off. So she's shaking her head saying, yeah, that's it. I couldn't even get it. I can't even get wet.
That similar situation happened, and it wasn't a guy that I was even interested in. It was just an associate, but it was somebody I had respect for.
Okay.
And he wasn't, you know, flamboyant or anything. Great dancer, great cook. He had children, decent job, educated guy, intellectual conversation. I was not physically attracted to him, but as an African American male, he was a stand-up guy. We were out in the club one night, and me and him and a couple other folks were on the dance floor. We were having a good time, we tipsy, and this other guy starts to dance with him. And he's 6'1", maybe 225 pounds. He's a trainer by profession. So when I'm watching this other guy dance with him, he didn't distance himself, he didn't move himself away. He was comfortable. So I asked him later on, I was like, hey, like, what's poppin'? Like, I thought you could smash your shorty. He was like, yeah, you keep that, right? You know, I mean, just a little here and there. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, at that moment, he was no longer sexy. He was no longer a stand-up guy. I felt deceived.
Oh, wow.
And mind you, there was no relationship with this guy. We were just associates. But as far as his masculinity, his level of sexiness, any type of qualification that he may have possibly had, knowing that I knew all these great characteristics with him, the fact that he has sex with the male species
to use shut up.
was done. Done.
But he was the same guy.
Exactly.
He was the same guy.
Sexually, it's done. I never treated him different. I won't treat him different. I won't judge him. That's your business. But as far as sexually, whenever, nope, can't happen. I mean,
Wow.
once you go to the dark side, stay on the dark side. There's no coming back.
Come on now. He wasn't hanging out with Darth Vader. He wasn't, as they said, he wasn't hitting lightsabers in front of you.
I'm just saying. For those that are just tuning in, this is Nightlife 24/7 with Sweets Jones in that topic of discussion tonight is booty calls. We veered off a little bit to the side chicks and the side dudes, and now we're just talking basically about the sexual interaction with the individuals that you're attracted. The bitches you smash. The niggas that get you smash. And as a military male, he stated that he has had sex with stud women. And he said,
On the regular.
go off, body banging, bitches smashing. But as a woman, a straight woman, I cannot see myself I can't have sex with a bisexual guy. If you're a little bit flamboyant, if you dip and dab, you went to your curious phase or whatever you want to call it. Nah, bro. You can't get the pussy. You're not eligible. You're no longer eligible. You've lost your male card. Because now you have more options. You don't just have women to build from. You
That's
have
true.
a ratio. You have a 100% ratio.
Yeah.
When you're straight, I have a 50% ratio. And if my pussy is good, I need to give it to somebody that deserves it. But here it is, you want your cake and you want to eat it too. You don't deserve
I don't know if he's going to be eating. He may be sucking it, but he ain't. I don't know if he's
You
going to
don't
eat it.
deserve no pussy. You want to be with men and women, tools, keep it with reproduction. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Ah.
Not being judgmental to those people. It's just sexually that cannot happen for me.
I want to talk about booty calls a little bit more. Because I've noticed, truly have noticed, with the new generation, we'll call it Generation X, millennials, however you want to call it, the younger generation, and I'm talking about that generation from 19 to 27.
That's what fit into the millennials.
Booty calls are totally different. Booty calls are not what they used to be. Now it's Netflix, chill. Or can I get a little 420 and we chill?
But see, to me, I think that would fall into the side chick, side dude category. Because if you just a booty call, one, you're not going to be sitting up in my house sucking up my AC because you ain't putting nothing on. You're not about to be watching my Netflix. That's $7.99 a month. You get no pleasure. You don't get anything. If I'm giving you free pussy. You get nothing else.
But that seems to be the new young thing.
My thing
It's
is,
changed. The dynamics have changed.
but you still got to smash and grab. A lot of these young dudes and these girls are having sex in cars.
Yeah.
Behind houses.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear about, like, there was a story in the news about.
And as I said, you know, my girl Sweet's just putting it out there. She always does. But hey, Nightlife 24/7. You guys need to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let us know what you think of our topics. Continue to listen to the show. And with all that, we'll be continuing this topic a little bit more very, very soon. I'm Mac. My boy, girl Sweets is chilling. Let's do this. We at Nightlife 24/7 appreciate you, our listeners, who has an open mind and heart and are able to listen, learn, and discuss those issues that affect you and your partner. By discussing these issues, we hope to keep the lines of communication open to help inform you, our listeners, and our community. It's on your mind, so let's talk about it on Nightlife 24/7.